tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
As hellfire and brimstone, and my mic is super loud. But as hellfire and brimstone runs through a Thursday night Raw? Question mark?
It's SmackDown.
It's SmackDown, and it was live, and we are here to chat about it with all you watching live on AfterBuzzTV.com. If you're watching on YouTube.com/AfterBuzzTV, make sure you subscribe, and of course also on iTunes and SoundCloud. Like, subscribe, give 5 stars. Leave comments to keep the conversations going with all of us here. Welcome, everybody. I'm Christian Rosenberg, at Real Rosenberg. Holding down the fort, as Corey always loves me to say. But as always, I'm not doing it alone. I have that predictions champion at Corey. It's Miss Kaori Takee with me. How are you?
Hey, I'm very, very good. 6-time champion.
Is it 6 times?
6-time longest reigning champ. I mean,
that makes me disgusted.
6 times, 6 times, 6 times, 6 times, 6 times, 6 times.
No big deal.
And joining us this week because I decided to suspend Rome for 1 more week for having him hit me in the head with a chair. You've seen him on AfterBuzz Raw, and you also can hear him every week with our Raw buddies, John LaQuasso and Dale Rutledge, on the Wrestling Compadres podcast, which you can download off iTunes with the Nerdist Network. At CRice17, it's Chuck Rice.
Thank you for having me, guys. But tonight, it's Rome Dow. I am Rome's stunt double tonight. And before we get started, I've been instructed that I have to do one thing. Tickle Kaori for Rome. So there it is.
This is gonna suck.
That happened. Hashtag RomeDow.
RomeDow.
I want hashtag RomeDow to trend. Let's make this happen, everyone in the chat.
Sorry for squealing. Just okay.
All right. So SmackDown emanates from my stomping grounds, Hartford, Connecticut. This is where I would always go down to watch the live shows growing up. Long Meadow, Massachusetts. Closest big arena to me was Hartford. So I always like it when they're there because I feel at home. And I'm not in the snow, which also makes me happy.
Did you have one of those awesome shirts as a kid that says, "Finally, The Rock has come back to Hartford"?
I did not because I was busy wearing Bret Hart shirts and Ultimate Warrior shirts. I was mainly like high school, college when The Rock came out and stuff. I had an Austin shirt. Actually, I did have a Rock shirt too, but I wasn't wearing Finally came to Hartford. But finally, SmackDown Live came to Hartford, and Triple H comes out and pretty much starts the show with almost like a DX Triple H promo. First off, he welcomes everyone to Monday Night Raw, which is like, wait, but this was supposed to be Raw, but it snowed in, and they said we can't do a show, and we did one from our studios, or our headquarters.
It was just a strange week for wrestling. Just gotta say.
That's one way to put it.
Very awkward.
That's a one way to put it as a strange week.
I feel like it was a blessing in disguise for the WWE that Raw had to be sort of postponed till Thursday night.
It gave it even more mainstream attention because there was the quote unquote negative attention from how many people were angry at the Rumble on Sunday. Then all of a sudden they got positive attention on Monday because, all right, they were snowed in for Raw, can't do the show. Well, you know what? We're still put it on the show. And then on Tuesday, the network officially reaches 1 million subscribers. Stocks skyrocket up about 20% that day. It was a very much a seesaw week for WWE.
A lot of attention.
Well, you know what they say, controversy creates cash.
Yep.
And I
It's
think
true.
this week epitomizes that.
It really did. I mean, Triple H, was saying, no one thought would we be able to run Raw tonight. We did. No one thought the network would reach 1 million subscribers. We did. And no one said that we could pull off doing this show live tonight in Hartford, but we're doing it. And then he compares the controversy from the Royal Rumble to the controversy in the NFL. And being that he's in the Patriots stomping ground.
Loved it. Loved it.
So, you know, the NFL apparently has problems with their balls. Some, you know, some people like their balls harder than others.
Do not.
Some
say
people
this in
like
front of
old
me.
balls. This is what I'm just quoting what Triple H was saying.
Okay, I'm listening.
And he said the one thing with the WWE though is we've never had a problem with balls.
It really did have an old school kind of DX feel to that
didn't
promo.
it? It was
and
a very
I liked it.
attitude-esque feel to the promo.
I guess the PG era is just done.
What PG era? What last 8 years? Now, Triple H has two big announcements to make. First off, what's so funny?
I thought you were gonna say 2 big balls, and I was like, this is true.
All right, well, that's what Corey has on the mind tonight. So,
Well,
hey.
you talk about balls, and my mind's gonna go somewhere else. We know this.
Do we?
I think you do.
Does this
I think our
mean
viewers
Triple
do.
H made it into your man box?
No. He needs more balls.
What the?
I know. I'm a little odd.
I don't know.
I told you I'm odd.
Triple H says at Fastlane, he will be standing face to face, eye to eye, in the center of the ring with the man called Sting. So you know that there will not be a match at
There will not
Fastlane.
be a match at Fastlane between
Maybe
Triple
a
H
couple
and Sting.
punches will be thrown, but it's going to have the encounter, which will then lead to the Raw after, which will lead to the Mania match.
That's exciting.
Oh, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, Triple H versus Sting, why?" You know, and talking bad about that. But honestly, that's the match that makes the most sense for Sting to have right now.
Absolutely.
If it's not
Yeah.
going to be Undertaker.
Yes, I 100% agree with you. And I actually like the idea that the announcement is happening because now fans are realizing, okay, we know Sting is going to be at this event. And most likely this means that he will probably talk, find out why he's doing this. Now I have to tune in. And since February's free, let's do it.
Okay.
See, if it's me, I don't let Sting talk yet. I have him come out there again and not talk and just let his actions do the talking against Triple H. Throw a punch at him, knock him out, piss Triple H off more, and let it ride all the way to WrestleMania.
But then when you have Sting talk, or nothing at all, just
Like
have it
right
go?
before WrestleMania.
Just like the Raw before Mania.
Maybe 2 before, but not at Fastlane.
Interesting.
Make him want it.
Oh, we do. We want Sting.
Just some weird stuff going on in this chat roll, by the way. But anyway, let's keep going.
Well, they're talking about the different type of balls that the WWE might have. That's fine.
Cheese balls is the tamest one.
I just love that Joe Mama 1969 brought up the classic SNL sweaty balls reference.
Kudos to you, sir.
Bravo. One of my all-time favorite sketches. The other big announcement that Triple H has to make is he is going to make a major announcement this Monday on Raw about the controversy that happened at the Royal Rumble. And we know it wasn't a controversy from the triple threat match because it was one of the best triple threat
Yeah, people
matches ever
loved
seen.
it.
Crowd was cheering, and he put Rollins over, he put Lesnar over, said, seen this in the past. And he's like, no, I have to talk about the controversy regarding the Rumble match. Out comes Reigns to a chorus of boos. But then we get the Reigns that we want. He gets on the mic, just simply, what controversy? I won the Royal Rumble, and I'm going to WrestleMania. Fine. Great.
I thought it was an excellent promo from him. When
Yeah.
he doesn't have to talk too much, he's great.
Mm-hmm.
And when they write good stuff for him to say, short, simple, sweet, he's great. Keep doing that.
Yeah, he was good on Raw.
Yeah, the promo he gave on Raw was fantastic.
I mean, on Raw, when he had that encounter with Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
at the end, I got invested in this match then.
Well, I think a
Heyman-
lot of that was Heyman.
Well, Heyman's a god, but that's besides the point. But yeah, all of a sudden is, Lesnar getting in his face is, I don't respect you. All Reigns has to say, but you will.
And it works.
Done.
Yeah.
That's why wrestling fans need to calm down a little bit and see how this story plays out.
Well, that's what wrestling fans do. We get rowdy and then we calm down and then we get rowdy for other things. It's the mechanics of it.
There are mechanics in sports entertainment.
Yes. Yes.
And then out comes Big Show. And that happened.
That was the worst segue ever.
And we cut to no. What happened? Is out comes Big Show, and we cut to commercial. That was weird.
That's a bad segue too.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, okay, they cut this promo, and they're gonna have part 2 of the promo when we come back. But no, then we just get right into Roman Reigns versus Big Show, which, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about the match because the physical match overall was good.
Yeah.
But what did this match on this day do for either guy?
I mean,
Just a good match.
the end of it made Reigns look really strong, in my opinion. You know, I think that was what that accomplished. But really, at this point, whenever you see a Big Show match, I don't ever think Big Show is gonna win. So for me, it doesn't accomplish anything.
It's true.
Yeah, because, now we can't have them have a match at Fastlane because we already know Roman Reigns got the best of Big Show.
Would you really want to see Roman Reigns and Big Show in a match at Fastlane? Because I wouldn't.
I was ready, since they weren't doing that at the Rumble, I was ready for something like a Last Man Standing or some gimmick type of match for Fastlane, but now there's no point to it.
Yeah, it seems boring to me. I think that the reason for this match was it's a decent match between a giant and a very strong guy. That's it.
But now, so let's say they don't do this for Fastlane. What are you going to do with
Please
either of
don't.
those guys at Fastlane now?
Well, they'll think of something. They have to,
Yeah, well, they got about 3 weeks.
you know?
Do you think Reigns will even have a match at Fastlane?
Yeah, he
Well,
should.
He's got it because he's
He
got to
should.
continue the momentum.
I mean, how upset would we be if he wasn't in a match at Fastlane?
I mean, I have to wonder if Triple H's announcement that he's going to make on Raw will have something to do with what Reigns will be doing at Fastlane. Maybe that WrestleMania spot will be up for grabs.
It could be.
Maybe it's going to open up some other possibilities. I don't know.
Or he could be like, I'm stripping you of your spot, which then is just like, well, you can't do that, but I'm the authority. I can do what I want.
And then he earns it back, and we get behind him for being screwed by the authority. See, there's all a number of
Look,
possibilities.
Angie Harris in the chat says she wants to see Roman Rock versus Kane Big Show. That's a big, interesting match to think about.
I'm not against that.
No, me neither.
I don't think you're going to see that at Fastlane,
No.
though.
No.
They won't give that away for free.
I don't even think that's a WrestleMania. Would be, but
Try convincing The Rock to come on something called Fastlane.
I don't know.
With a 3-week build for free.
Nope.
Not happening.
I like it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
But like you were saying, Chuck, Reigns looked really strong at the end, hit a couple Superman punches while Big Show was climbing the top rope, threw him off, hit the spear, gets the win. And as Reigns is heading up the ramp to celebrate, we have the video from Vince McMahon announcing how the network for the month of February for new subscribers is free. And then we come back and Reigns is still celebrating. Again, really awkward cuts. Like, why is he going up the ramp? Vince, come back. Reigns still on the ramp.
It takes him a while to get up the ramp.
Apparently.
I mean, it's simple as that.
I have to imagine that they probably have a different crew that does Raw from SmackDown, and the crew that does SmackDown is not used to doing live TV recording. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Oh, God.
That's a pretty good.
You know, it's sad but true. Then we have, the announcement was made on Monday, but the newest member of the WWE Hall of Fame that was now being able to be announced tonight because there was no real much of a Raw.
Sure. Say
Arnold
it.
Schwarzenegger.
Just say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, thank you. Better.
Anyone want to attempt a Schwarzenegger impression? Because they had about 10.
I
No.
can't
People
do
do
I
it.
can't do better than Paige, so you know.
And Paige nailed
God,
it.
she wasn't even born when that happened.
She wasn't. You're right.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't.
She's
think
like 21, 22. She was born right around Terminator.
Yeah.
2.
She
Terminator
was
2.
just like in the womb or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's scary to
They're
think.
like, hey, just can you watch this part and repeat that? She's like, okay.
Wow. But so my question is, obviously this is by far the biggest name in the celebrity wing.
Yeah.
So it's great to have it for the publicity.
He's a
Schwarzenegger-
governor.
He was former governor, big time
Former.
movie star.
Yes.
He appeared on SmackDown once, and then guest hosted Raw last year with the guy from True Blood.
People,
it was also an
people always
Expendables.
feel conflicted with the celebrity that's
But
entering the Hall of Fame
Christian,
anyway.
he's a lifelong fan, man. That makes it okay, apparently.
So what you're saying is we're going to be in the Hall of Fame
That's what
one
I'm
day.
saying. You know, we're going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame one day. One day.
One day.
You guys
I mean,
can dream.
And at least we know they don't test for steroids in the WWE Hall of Fame. So with Arnold Schwarzenegger getting in.
Oh, snap. You went there.
I did.
But yeah, like, looking at, no, there are celebrities, like Pete Rose makes perfect sense because he appeared at multiple WrestleManias. Cyndi Lauper, who is not in yet.
See, that's
Needs to be
mind-boggling
in.
to me that someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to get in over Cyndi Lauper when she really was like that big celebrity that really helped push WWE at that time.
Yeah.
Huge.
Muhammad Ali, not in. Hell, even Lawrence Taylor, at least he wrestled at a WrestleMania. He should be in it.
It's okay, though, because Drew Carey is in there, so all is right in the world.
Drew Carey appeared once in a Royal Rumble, eliminated himself. He's in Hall of Fame. But yeah, like Schwarzenegger, he literally,
So you're not happy is basically what you're saying.
he shouldn't be in there.
Okay.
There are like 10 other celebrities that have done more. Maria Menounos. I'm not just saying that because I record this. She's done a hell of a lot more for the WWE than Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yet, he's going in there. It's just because he's buddies with Bruno.
I mean, at the end of the day, it makes sense business-wise. I mean,
I
he's
think it
probably,
does.
out of the names we've mentioned, probably one of the biggest.
Oh,
if not the biggest.
He absolutely is the biggest name. That's why I said, like, it's pretty much all for publicity.
Well, yes. Welcome to the WWE.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
I mean,
But yeah, well, we'll see who else is going to add. So we already have the celebrity is already knocked out. So we have the big name who's passed away. We have the celebrity. We got to get the big name who's still alive. We got to get a tag team. Got to get a diva. And got to get a local guy. That's pretty much the formula for every Hall of Fame.
I feel like it might be time for DX to go in there.
No, because that means I have to wait another year for Demolition.
Joe Mama says Muppets for Hall of Fame. Yeah, yeah.
They've done more than
like
Schwarzenegger.
That just won the internet
I
tonight.
like that one.
Listen, I'm crossing my fingers that next year when it's in Texas, we get Harlem Heat put into the Hall of Fame.
Interesting.
Texas boys, they're in Texas.
So you think Booker T will get 2 Hall of Fame rings?
I mean,
Obviously, he's completely deserving of the one he already has, without a doubt. Do you think Harlem? I mean,
I think it's deserved. Will it happen? I don't know. The only reason I could see it happening is because I think the Hall of Fame is going to be a bunch of Texas guys next year.
who deserves? What team deserves to be in a Hall of Fame? More Harlem Heat or Demolition?
I can't answer that objectively. I'm biased. You know, I'm too biased to answer that one.
Yeah, I think Demolition. I don't say it. Harlem Heat. Believe me. There's definite argument, and they are phenomenal. And at the end of the day, I can see them getting in.
There's a good point. Says,
Yes.
Is it also a coincidence that, Terminator Genesis is coming out?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, that has to be it.
Oh, good call, chicken ball.
Is there any wrestler that's making a cameo in that movie? Like, does Bad News Barrett have a cameo like he did in that Colin Farrell movie?
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Again, we're going to have Hall of Fame talk practically every week until Mania. Seth Rollins, he comes out, mentions how he showed how good he really is this past Sunday. Rollins says even though he lost, he still has the money in the bank.
And he was good. It's true. He was
He
really
was
good.
fantastic. He proved that he belongs in the main event.
Every week he just seems to get better.
Yeah.
Like, anyone that's listened to our show on Nerdist or has talked to me about wrestling before knows that I have not been a Seth Rollins guy for a long time. I didn't like him. I thought he was the weakest link in the Shield. I just wasn't a fan. And every week he has continued to make me more of a fan by his promos, his wrestling ability. He's won me over. This guy's good.
He's really good. And apparently he's not angry that he lost a triple threat match. In fact, he's in a great mood. Such a good mood that he's issuing an open challenge to anyone in the back. If you got the guts to come in with the future of the WWE, well, come on out. So we're all thinking, Ambrose or Ziggler? Ambrose or Ziggler? Ambrose or Ziggler? And Ryback comes out.
Feed me more.
Feed me more. I was a little surprised by that. And then I was a little more surprised with the fact that then J&J Security attack him and Rollins joins in, and they pretty much get the upper hand on Ryback and beat him down.
It didn't work out.
Then Eric Rowan's music hits. Out he comes. And Rollins gives him a kick and he's out. And then Ziggler's music comes on. Ziggler runs out, tries to tackle Rollins. Rollins dodges him, gets out of the way, heads back in the ring, runs into Ryback, lifts him up for a shell shock. J&J Security, grab him, pull him out. Literally a tug of war between Ryback and Ziggler and J&J Security.
And somehow J&J
J&J won the tug of war battle. In which case they then run into Rowan, holding the two of them. Again, Rollins kicks him. He lets go of them. And Rollins and J&J Security, you know, like the new Briscoe and Patterson, they one up Ryback, Ziggler, and Rowan.
Well, clearly this is going to be a match at Fastlane.
Oh, my God.
Or it should be. Listen, don't say oh my God or no, because Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble are both very talented wrestlers and did some amazing stuff in their day. And they still can go, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but there was a key phrase that you just said there.
In their day.
In their day. They're also, to be fair, half the size of Rowan and but it's just like they're been perceived on the show just to be the little guys.
They're the new Stooges, like you said.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I constantly say I want to see the old Stooges versus the new Stooges.
I want that on Mania.
I do too.
I'm all for Patterson and Briscoe versus Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury at WrestleMania. Make this happen.
Book it.
Hashtag Rome Dow approves.
But seriously though, think back to the matches that like Eminem used to have and the stuff that Joey Mercury used to do, and imagine if him and Ziggler locked up in the ring together. They could do some cool stuff.
No, they can, but the way they've perceived them, they're supposed to be like the biggest jokes. Like no one can take them seriously. They can't hurt anyone. They're the worst security team on earth.
But that's also how the old Stooges were perceived when Pat Patterson was running around without his shirt on, being all goofy. I mean, don't forget, he's our first Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah. No, you're right. But then, did they ever have a legitimate 6-man tag match on a pay-per-view against 3 guys that should be higher in the card than they are? Well, 2 of the 3 higher than they are?
I can't recall, but I'm going to say no.
All right. I mean, that's the issue here. We're going to have Seth Rollins and J&J Security versus Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback because they have nothing for those 3 right now. All right. Kane's backstage with a casket.
Yes, he is.
You like my segues?
I love them.
All right.
It's terrible.
I just do this. We get heated. Oh, by the way, Kane's with a casket. And this is... Where has this Kane been for the last, 8 years?
In a suit?
Oh, that's where.
He's been doing a lot of things.
I guess. He's been the director of operations.
He's been
filming horror movies. He's been busy.
They just can't seem to decide which way they want Kane to go because it's like every couple months we see the demon come back.
Maybe he's tired. Maybe he's bipolar.
I mean, they need to figure that. Fine, give me that as an explanation to why he keeps going back and forth.
He keeps adapting his character. Let's make him bipolar now. Screw it. Let's do it. He's mentioned there's no future in Daniel Bryan's future. And may God have mercy on your soul, because the devil's favorite demon will not.
It was a great promo.
Great promo. Again, Attitude Era Kane was here.
I mean, he looks like he's in better shape.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just... Kane has always been one of my favorites. He still cuts great promos. He still has the ability to put on good matches when he tries. I hope they do something with him at WrestleMania this year.
The question is, what?
I hope it's something that doesn't involve him being a tag team partner with Big Show.
You know that's probably going to happen.
Do that.
That's probably going to happen.
Oh.
Against Rowan and Ryback. Book it now. Oh,
No.
Don't do book.
No.
Don't book
I
that
can't
one.
believe you even said that.
Not Rome Dow approved.
Not Rome Dow approved.
Rome Dow.
Jey Uso versus Tyson Kidd. As soon as this popped on TV, I'm like, okay, this is different. Now
like
Cesaro and Kidd are being treated like legit contenders. go on.
Like it. I enjoy that.
Kaori would always enjoy it because that means TV time for Cesaro.
We are broken up.
You are not broken up.
Okay, maybe we're not.
All right.
I mean, look, Tyson is hands down one of the best wrestlers on their roster.
Yeah.
And so is Cesaro. Granted, he can't talk, and I don't really know how well Tyson can talk because...
Tyson's improved a lot from NXT. His talking has vastly improved.
I mean, this is a really good example of, figuring something out with two guys you're not really sure what to do with, put them together, and it's working really well. And it's always great to see more Natty on TV, too.
Yeah. Even though I don't think they know what they're doing between the Tyson and Natty thing, but that's...
Well, while Total Divas is airing, they're going to keep... Yeah, it's a complete Total Divas thing. So, these guys have a great match. It's short, but it's really good. Tyson's working on the knee. Eventually, a distraction from the outside. Cesaro has a distraction. Tyson hits his quick swinging neck breaker. And Tyson Kidd pins one half of the tag team champions. Which means next week Cesaro is going to pin Jimmy. And then we're going to have a tag team match at Fastlane.
I don't know if he's going to get the pin on Jimmy. I think Jimmy will get the win. And it's like, all right, we got to, solve this.
See, I think they're going to have both of them get the one up. So I was like, oh, now we'll put everyone together. Who's the better team?
So, but if Cesaro wins the next round and Tyson Kidd won this one, do you think that means that the Usos will win at Fastlane, given that this match happens?
If that happens, yes.
I feel like that.
I don't see them losing the titles this quickly.
Not that quickly. They're. I mean, it's been set for them to give them to the Ascension, but the way things have been going with the Ascension,
that's not.
Who knows?
Happen. I mean, I would not be upset to see Tyson and Cesaro hold the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would actually be behind that. So, yeah, I don't know.
People are questioning my love for Cesaro.
People are questioning your love. Then they have not been watching the show in the last 2 years.
Has it been that long? Oh my gosh.
It's been nearly 2 years. Wow. Actually, I started with AfterBuzz the end of January in 2013, so I've pretty much been here 2 years.
Okay.
Is it? Well, you're making it odd that I remember that.
Yeah, that is.
Why is that odd?
I don't know. Let's move on.
Okay.
Just gonna sit back over here and watch this.
Yeah,
go down,
I don't know why that's
entertaining.
I don't know why that's not a thing. I enjoy it here, and I remember when I started. Kane stares at a casket.
Yeah, sure.
Now it's just turning into a game for me. Kane stared at the casket. Looked nice and comfortable.
Are you missing something? When did the Divas promo happen?
Later on.
Okay.
Because first we have Rusev.
Okay.
Rusev crushed microphone. And mentioned that he should face Lesnar at Mania. And now he's stuck facing a loser, a man with no hunger, a man with no desire, a man that I am above, and John Cena.
I agree.
I disagree.
Ooh, debate, go.
I mean, I don't like Rusev, man. I just don't like him.
I think I have liked Rusev since he was doing the other way, his gimmick in NXT. This guy is a big dude who can go. He's flexible. He has agility. He's actually not that bad on the mic. And he's got a good manager, and I always love seeing...
That's why you like him, because of the manager.
Lana's great. Look, she is great. She's nice to look at, of course. Everybody likes Lana,
She just did a photo shoot for Maxim.
Dude, Lana is over. Rusev is not.
Okay, but... See, that's the thing. I think it's a package deal.
I agree.
You can't have Lana without Rusev in the role that she's playing.
Now, when the two of them, if they eventually separate one day, then obviously, yeah, Lana's going to be over... immediate more than Rusev. But then it's a matter of, all right, what's Lana going to do by herself? What's Rusev going to do by himself? How will they work?
I mean...
But that's not going to happen for a while.
I think this is a really critical feud for Rusev right here, too. Because I think this will determine really where his future in the WWE will go.
It just feels so stale for me every time I watch...
Well, this feud has never happened.
Rusev is stale.
I
was just wondering. I thought you meant the feud.
I agree with you in the sense that you have the Foreigner as the bad guy, and we've seen that 1,000 times over. But I think Lana has added an extra layer to it, and Rusev is good. Like, he can wrestle.
Yeah.
And when he talks, it's always very limited in what he says, so it makes it more impactful. I like the guy. I know I'm not supposed to,
Why not?
but I love him.
I think a lot of people. I think you're like.
Well,
with
because
most of the crowd.
because he's anti-America.
But
We're not
people
supposed
that.
to like that. That's mean.
Actually, people were rooting for him to get the U.S. title. They were.
I mean,
because it was.
look,
different.
all
Well,
I know
because
is
Sheamus held it forever.
Where is Sheamus? He's injured.
He's been injured. I think he's ready to come back, but they haven't brought him in
They
yet.
should have brought him in
Good.
a Rumble. You don't like Sheamus?
no, no.
Wow. That's right.
Nice guy. Nothing against him personally. Just his character is boring to me.
Yeah.
But
his
that has
character is
nothing to do
boring.
with SmackDown. So
Yeah. No, I mean, okay, I agree. Why not? People are calling me the John Cena of the AfterBuzz crew.
I just saw that.
Because
You keep winning the title. Because you keep winning the predictions
So
title.
what? Am I stale now?
That's what they're referring to.
Okay.
Oh,
She just did
no.
the you can't see me and everything.
oh boy.
Well, we had almost like hip hop John Cena in this promo again, Attitude Era stuff, because all of a sudden he mentions that I'm the face who runs the place, but more importantly, he points to the U.S. title that Rusev is holding and says, and I quote, "I was holding that title before you had pubes and you had boobs."
She was true.
I mean, and then he kept trying to make a bunch of Ho references, and I'm just like, come on, you think
Rosie
you're the,
O'Donnell.
you think you're the Rock or something? he was
Great.
trying to be the Rock at the end of that promo, and it didn't work.
Yeah, you're right. I love that. I love the line when he was holding the title, but then it didn't have to keep going.
This
kinda does.
needs to go for this feud to have that title on the line.
It better.
And that's the only way I would be happy if Cena wins it, because I think it would be hilarious for him to hold the U.S. title again.
Well, because here's the other thing. If Cena wrestles Rusev without the title on the line, and say Cena beats Rusev,
oh my God, please
then
don't
what does
even...
that do to the U.S. title?
What does that do to Rusev?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been building this guy up for a year, over a year. He's beat everybody. He hasn't lost, and you're going to have Cena come in and beat him?
And then him still come on Raw saying, I'm still a United States champion.
That would be
Yeah,
terrible.
kinda
Yeah,
sucks.
this title better be on the line for this.
And honestly, this needs to be a several match feud, and Rusev better win the first one.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, yeah, I think it would make more sense. I'm just not a Rusev fan, but yes, it would make sense.
And so we don't know if that title's on the line at Fastlane, but then we just randomly find out, oh, by the way, Paige gets a title shot against Nikki.
Very random. You know what? I think it's because they were going to have some kind of match or something, but they didn't have time in 2 hours, so they said, F it, let's just show them this, and this is what's going to happen.
It was going to be in the middle of hour 2 of
You know?
Raw. And then it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, well, now we got to do this. And then we have a really awkward promo backstage. Renee with Paige, congratulating her on being #1 contender. And she gets interrupted by the Bellas. And the Bellas doing, their best, don't be a bully, be a star reference. Make fun of Paige for being pale.
Yeah, because the Bellas don't go in a tanning booth.
No.
You know.
As a fellow pale person.
As a fellow pale person.
Yes. Hashtag pale person.
Oh my goodness.
Hashtag,
Is that really the best you could do?
hashtag powder.
Oh, I've had Casper. I've had powder. I've had friends. I've told friends I'm not white, I'm clear. So, I mean, trust me.
You're not that pale.
People tell me I'm not white, I'm transparent. So I get that quite a bit. But yeah, is that really the best thing you can do? I mean,
I'm gonna think of other
even
things.
talk about the accent would have been a better target than her being pale.
Yeah, well,
mean,
that's
Look what we're
because
dealing with here, though.
that's
It is
us
the
saying.
Bellas.
They're giving.
And then Bella's knock her out, and that's the end of that segment.
Yay!
Yay! Golden Stardust.
Wait. Can we talk real quick about what do you guys think of this Paige versus Nikki thing?
I'm fine with Paige getting the title shot again. I think it's kind of random that she was a heel for months and then Total Diva started. Oh, by the way, we like her again.
Yeah.
I think it's really just they need to find a way to very fast, move some of these.
Fastly, sure.
I made that word up
At
right
the
now.
fast lane.
Fastly at the fast lane. They need to bring some of these NXT divas up real fast that can actually wrestle.
I
Because
don't think Charlotte's coming up till after
I
Mania.
mean, even though they have great divas on the roster that can afford to get a title match. Natty and Naomi are the two big ones right now.
I agree with that.
And Paige.
And
Paige
Paige.
is great.
I mean, those are the three. Those are really the only three that really I think can go like in a good match for a long time and give some credibility to that division again.
Sure.
You know, look, the Bellas, I know they serve a purpose. They are great at being heels because a lot of people boo them, don't like their character. They're, you know, everything that Total Divas does is great for the brand, but
the thing is, like, a lot of times you like heels. In this situation, you don't really like the heels. Does that make sense? Is this...
well,
I get what you're saying. I'm just kind of thrown off because in the chat roll, someone just said I look like Brock Lesnar.
I've heard
What?
that before.
I'm like, huh?
You've heard this
it's
before.
the little hair in the top.
It's a little hair. I've gotten young Bob Backlund when I don't put my hair up, but I've never. I mean, I don't understand how I look like Brock Lesnar.
I can see it.
All right. We only got a little more time, so we got to kind of get through the last of this. Golden Stardust versus the Ascension. We don't have to talk much about this match. The only thing we need to talk about is Golden Stardust are now having some issues.
I think your chair's sinking.
I know, I think it is too. It keeps going down.
Lift it up. Lift it up.
Rise, Chuck, rise.
Rise down.
Right.
The ascension of Chuck's chair will rise.
He's
I broke the chair.
He's so polite. He's like, let me just sink in here. It's like, no, just...
Oh, yeah, whatever.
So Ascension win thanks to this dissension. See what I did?
No.
With Golden Stardust. Can we please have Goldust versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania?
This has been a feud years in the making.
I think again, ever since I started here, I've wanted this. I want this to happen. Please, now we can make it happen.
I'm torn because I love Stardust.
I do too.
He is so entertaining.
The interview I did with him at SummerSlam was the greatest 10 minutes of my life.
I mean, the one that Johnny and Dale did with him, like, I don't even know what the hell they talked about, but it was
I
funny.
couldn't begin to tell you what I talked about with him, but it was magical. That's all I know.
The Cosmic Key.
The Cosmic Key. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. And Ascension won. Okay, that happened.
Do you guys like the Ascension?
No.
Does that
Justin.
even need to be asked?
Not feeling really.
Some guy named Justin, who I guess is a magician on this new show on Syfy called Wizard Wars.
He's a wizard, sir. He's a wizard.
I thought they call him a magician on the show Wizard Wars. Maybe I misheard it.
He's a magician.
He does magic tricks.
There's no such thing as wizards. There's such thing as magic.
He went to Hogwarts, okay?
All right.
No, all right. We're talking about something very important here.
No, we're not. He's backstage with a couple divas, R-Truth and Zack Ryder, showing him some magic tricks. And he's interrupted by Miz and Mizdow. And the guy's like, oh, I always wanted to do a trick in front of an A-lister. Miz, oh, well, thank you. And he reaches his hand over to Mizdow. I'm a big fan. And that makes Miz angry. And Miz is like, I can do these tricks. And he does some trick that involves putting, like, the rag, the scarf thing. Why are you staring idly?
I have a dirty mind.
Clearly.
Oh, my God.
So Corey, worried about talking about balls earlier in the show.
I think my segues are better than yours.
Worried about talking about balls earlier. Now all of a sudden I talk about him putting a scarf in his hand. All of a sudden Corey's mind goes a million different places that are much more inappropriate than just talking about footballs.
It's a gesture. For all you guys listening on iTunes, you gotta go on YouTube to watch this gesture.
There's some type of gesture of a hand going through another hand of some kind.
Sure.
Anywho. Crazy trick. It all ends up in him cracking an egg over the Miz's face, and Mizdow laughs about it
because it's funny.
It was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and R-Truth, the yoke's on you.
You laughed, legitimately laughed.
Yeah, you did.
Don't pretend you was like.
I legitimately laughed at the fact that they gave R-Truth a line in that segment.
I just love that later on Zack Ryder tweeted out, "I looked good on SmackDown tonight."
He did look good.
That officially means he's back, right?
I guess.
Bray Wyatt, from that to Bray Wyatt, and that's a weird segue just on the show itself. All of a sudden, he asks, what makes you smile? And with what transpires next, it'll be hard to ever smile again. We have no idea what he means.
No.
I was thinking he was going to interfere in a casket match, but he did not.
I don't know what they're going to do with him, but it has to be something monumental.
Big.
Like he's in a really weird place right now where if they do something wrong with him that just doesn't work, it could derail this whole character, I think.
So
because he's kind of been in a holding pattern for a while.
So at WrestleMania, he's taking on Sin Cara.
Oh God.
Got it.
I think if Undertaker wrestles at this year's WrestleMania, I think it will be against Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
Which makes sense, but I wanted that last year.
So what? Is it too late for now?
Yeah, because he lost.
You're
I know.
both-
Maybe tell me, do y'all agree with me then? Because like at this point, anything Undertaker does on WrestleMania, I'm like,
I don't want him to
whatever.
wrestle at WrestleMania anymore. I don't
agree.
want
Yeah, whatever.
I think he just needs to
I want him
hang
to
out
have one last match in Texas
with
whoever, just that makes sense at the time. I think he needs to have that last match where it all started.
look, Bray Wyatt and Boogeyman at WrestleMania.
I'm okay with that.
See, come on.
Rome Dow approves.
I keep saying things.
Main event time. Kane versus Daniel Bryan in the casket match. Yes, the first 3 Thursday night SmackDowns have all main evented with Kane and Daniel Bryan. However, they always perform great together. This Kane performs amazing with Daniel Bryan.
I always say it. Every match Kane has for the rest of his career should be with Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan only. Because they have phenomenal matches. And I think they genuinely like each other. They have good chemistry.
Yeah, whether they're together or not.
Look, I'm probably in the minority, but I would love to find a way to get them back together as a tag team one day.
Team Hell No.
I loved it. I loved that so much.
We need Shelby.
Dr. Shelby.
We need Dr.
Dr.
Shelby.
Shelby.
So
You can be doctor.
I could be. Great back and forth match with these two. A yes lock in the casket, which is kind of hard to maneuver.
It was cool.
Yeah, but it was really
I
cool.
liked it.
Back and forth choke slam, tries to drag Daniel Bryan in. At the end of the day, the running knee while Kane was bent between the second ropes. He falls into the casket. Casket shut. Daniel Bryan wins, does the yes chant while standing on top of the casket, and makes his way up the ramp as SmackDown goes off the air. What would you give match of the night to? Honestly, I'm giving it to Jey Uso and Tyson Kidd.
That's what I was going to say.
That's what I was going to say, but then you guys would be like, it's because Cesaro was around, and I'm like, you're probably right.
I mean, look, Daniel Bryan and Kane had a great match.
They did.
But I think as far as unexpected and progressing a story, Tyson Kidd.
Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, the masters of the universe.
I love those graphics they have too with like lasers and cats and things.
I want a t-shirt like that.
Are they available yet?
I'm sure you can get one.
I'm sure
And
on
if
WWE
not, we can make one.
We
Yeah.
can. Well, hopefully they make them soon so Corey can, or probably some fan will buy it for you.
Would that be so nice? Valentine's Day is coming up. I'll be your Valentine. What?
Oh my
Look at me
god.
selling myself. This is terrible.
Well,
Next thing you know,
fans,
she's gonna have an Amazon wish list.
well, fans. She's not a porn star. Fans have mailed her action figures.
Hey, let's not talk about this.
They've
okay?
mailed her like T-shirts, controller. Like they've mailed her a bunch of stuff. I've gotten nothing.
Hey, I gotta say, we have some fans from the podcast on Nerdist, and one of them, I used to play rugby in college, and I talked about it on the show once, and he sent me some Irish rugby jerseys.
There
So
you
that
go.
was cool.
Hey, people, listening, watching. My birthday's in about a month.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is. How about some love for me for once?
Maybe I'll be your Valentine.
That'd be
Somebody
nice.
get this
That would be
man
nice.
a "Finally the Rock has returned to Hartford" T-shirt.
Do it. I will
Make
wear
it happen.
There'll be one of the rare opportunities where I don't wear a Rose shirt on the show. I will wear that shirt.
You should get a Lesnar shirt.
I should get a Lesnar shirt. Hey, give me that too. Or another Rose shirt. Or whatever you want. And of course, most importantly, you can follow me on Twitter at Real Rosenberg. The king of segues tonight. King of segues. Because we got to wrap this up. Chuck Rice, thank you so much for being here this week.
Guys, it was a pleasure. I mean, the only thing I could say I'm disappointed about is that Rome is not here because we've been talking about this for months, that we want to do one of these together. And of course, I come in to do SmackDown. I called him all excited earlier to only find out he's not here.
Well, maybe I'll lift his suspension next week. But then, yeah, we'll definitely get you back in soon. And maybe you two can finally collab.
We can do some, stunt double stuff together like Miz and Mizdow.
So cute.
If you do the entire show without saying a word and just mimic everything he says, that would be the greatest episode ever.
Well,
Oh,
guys,
it would.
let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
In the meantime,
Where can they
follow me
you?
on Twitter at CRice17 and catch me every week on Nerdist on the Wrestling Compadre Slamcast on Wednesdays.
There you go. Kaori.
Hey, you can follow me at KAORIOUS on Instagram as well as Twitter.
All right, and like I said, once again, follow me on Twitter at Rosenberg. And according to the chat roll, no, I do not want baby oil for my birthday.
I don't want him to have baby oil either.
All right, you can get the baby oil for Kaori. That's fine. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. For Chuck Rice and Kaori Takee, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We'll see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Justin Gabriel.
Buzz you later. Bye, Justin Gabriel.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.